Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Cowabunga collection has been released on all modern systems today. But I'm not going to look at this one. I'm going to look at the version on the Dreamcast. But is this one any good? Let's have a little look. Ian Michael has developed a port of this collection for the Dreamcast, but why would you want to choose this unofficial version over the brand new modern release by Konami? Well, let's not write this off just yet. As we know, the Dreamcast is basically a compact arcade machine with a daft controller. If it only has 8 and 16-bit games to deal with, then there shouldn't be any problems, right? The intro screen is nice with the cartoon theme tune playing, and this will change each time you come to it. It'll play the same theme, but from a different console. The list of games here are as long as Amber Heard's bullshit accusations, so let's get on with it and start off with the Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo. A classic game I have reviewed before, the Statue of Liberty has been stolen by Krang and Shredder and is obviously a mission for the Turtles and not the army. It plays just as good here on the Dreamcast, not one I'm particularly fond of, but I get why it's a fan favourite. No emulation faults that I can pick up on, any graphical issues are simply down to the AV connection. Turtles Tournament Fighters is yet another one I've covered previously. It's a great fighting game by Konami. It's not quite Street Fighter good, but it's still a fun game. Bonus items are just the European version of Turtles in Time and Tournament Fighters. On the Nintendo Entertainment System we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a simple platformer that isn't really that bad. April has been kidnapped by Shredder and the Turtles are on a mission to save her. Not like there's a job for the police or anything. I know there are shitty parts of the game, but that applies to most games. Turtles 2 the arcade game is a port of the arcade Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. April and Splinter are being kidnapped, surprise, and who else but the Turtles to go and save them. This looks very good for the system. Graphics, sound and music are great, although the controls feel like they could do with some tweaking. That's the actual game and not the emulation. Turtles 3 The Manhattan Project. Now tell me this intro doesn't look cool on the NES. This one just seems to be shit in comparison to the previous games. It doesn't feel anywhere near the same as the others. It plays a bit like Turtles 2 the arcade game, but just doesn't seem like it's been improved. Shredder has turned Manhattan into a floating island and challenges the Turtles to go and stop him. Oh, and April's been kidnapped. Turtles Tournament Fighters doesn't seem like a game that should work on the NES, but it does, and for an 8-bit game it looks incredible. It doesn't play too bad either. I was expecting broken controls and serious slowdown, but it performs nicely for a small system. That noise sounds familiar. A very brave but nice attempt at a fighting game. Fall of the Foot Clan for the Game Boy has the Turtles rescuing April O'Neil.
Again? Fuck me, this dozy cow needs to emigrate or something.
You can choose from all 4 characters, although I wonder why he's smiling all through this. From what little I played of this game, it seems quite good. The graphics and music are good, and the levels are nice and clear with some really good detail. Turtles 2 Back from the Sewers as a sequel to Fall of the Foot Clan.
And yes, April's been kidnapped again.
You can choose from 4 copy and paste turtles with different weapons. Unfortunately, the character's eyes are fixed on looking up and walks like he's had April's microphone shoved up his ass. Although the level design looks nice, it's about as entertaining as Sarah Millican. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Radical Rescue has you playing as Michelangelo, who must rescue Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Splinter,
and of course April O'Neil. Jesus fuck.
This plays and looks really good. Something I might revisit again one day. Bonus items here are 2 Spectrum games. Turtles the Coin Op, which looks very good for the system. The music sounds great, but the sound effects sound like a dripping tap. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles looks okay, I suppose, but the colour is way too overpowering and it doesn't play very well. In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist, Shredder has the power of the stone to shrink Manhattan, and the Turtles must stop him before he takes over the world.
And April hasn't been kidnapped. The fuck? A Turtles game where April doesn't require being rescued. I mean, did Shredder finally get bored of taking her? Did April actually emigrate and fuck off out the country away from that fucking metal hack twat?
This is a good game that I never really got into, but now it's available on modern systems, I might just give it a proper chance. Turtles Tournament Fighters sadly isn't as good as the SNES version, but still has its own cool look. Despite the difficulty being stupid, it's not a bad game. And there are different characters to play on here compared to the SNES version.
Shock. Round 2, fight!
Bonus items here are the Turtles of Rage remix, which has the Turtles sprites placed onto Streets of Rage 2. This actually feels good to play. I think I prefer this over Turtles in Time. Turtles of Rage, the final shell shock, doesn't seem any different to the previous game to begin with, and I couldn't be asked playing through it to find out what else is different. Bonus items are Hyperstone Heist Remix for the Dreamcast using the Beats of Rage engine. This has improved graphics and sound and feels more like an arcade game. Turtles Lost in Space is a very nice looking game, which again looks like an arcade game, but with some human enemy characters thrown in alongside the foot soldiers. VHS tapes from the 90s. You get Series 1, Episodes 1 and 2 with some serious nostalgia overload. Coming out of their shells tour. This will make you throw up cheese. Thank fuck this disease didn't spread outside of America. I mean, just look at this shit. It's like a cross between Wind in the Willows and Kiss. A Vanilla Ice music video, Ninja Rap. High Tech 3's Spin That Wheel music video. I like this one. Partners in Crime, Turtle Power. This is a great tune and you know it. Bonus items are Cowabunga Dude's music.
I have no idea, sorry.
Bad Apple.
But there are some Japanese toy line adverts.
But is this game any good? Of course it is. It's a fantastic compilation of retro Turtles games for a retro console. I couldn't see any issues with the emulation, and if there were any, then I didn't notice it. There were some wobbling of the text, but I think that's down to the composite connection. This is only available as a CDI image or GDI. I went for the CDI version so I can make my own physical copy. It could quite easily pass as an official Dreamcast game, and it even has different images for the VMU. It's not going to be as polished as the official modern release, but it's something I'd highly recommend downloading. And the final bonus is, it's free. Just get a disc and burn it.